Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake. And like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. You're the scum of the earth.
Your old arguments I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Look at me. Pound for pound. That's just that. That's it.
There's guys out there that are doing this day in and day out. They live and breathe this stuff that they don't get the recognition or credit that they deserve.
Is the secret to fighting?
Not being a fucking pussy. Honestly, you can teach anybody how to fight. But like, if you're a fucking pussy, that's a really hard thing to teach someone not to be.
Yo.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up? How'd you like that intro, Nasty? You like it now that we can listen to it pre-pod? How cool is that?
That might be the hardest intro in the game right there.
Yeah, ain't nobody stopping that, pussy.
I know.
I love it, dude. Hey, I'm kind of upset at you, Murky, though, because when we did the editing last week, you cut out the part when I came in, and the first thing I said was you still there, pussy? Or right when we started the podcast last week, it was the first thing I said when we started. Then you had to cut out the video, and then when you cut out the video, it cut out my first initial words.
So
that's what happened.
I didn't cut out the video. So what happened was YouTube did that on its own. And
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So in Creator Studio or whatever, I got the thing, and it would edit out the part that had the copyright complaint. So I just let them edit out the part with the copyright complaint. And that's just, I just wanted to do it because I was quick and it kept the video up. I didn't want them to take the fucking video down or keep it blocked.
Yeah, because apparently you can't. Everyone else in the world seems to be able to put fight clips in their YouTube videos and react to them, but apparently we do it one time and they fuck our whole episodes up. So thanks YouTube for that.
Well, now we know. Now we know.
Yeah, now we've learned our lesson. Well, boys, Nasty, we missed you on Sunday's episode. Me and Murky had a blast. He had a mouthful of Ilya cock, and I had a mouthful of sadness. And we still want to give you your chance to kind of say your few words. What was your thoughts? What did you think about Volk's loss before we jump into UFC Mexico? Murky, also one thing too, boys, I don't know what episode we're on now because we kind of went off sidetrack with episode numbers and posted like 4 different episodes last week. So we're 57. Kind of just all over the place now. So
overall 57 sounds 57.
Right. I think
overall 57 sounds right. All right. So we're going to go with that. Well, boys, it's Over the Octagon episode 57 ? We're back with another one. UFC Mexico's this week. Nasty, you missed us this last podcast, but it's all good, bro. I want to hear what your thoughts were for the Volk to Poirier fight, and then we can jump into UFC Mexico.
Definitely, man. I mean, I was definitely upset. I think most of the fans were, but at the end of the day, it wasn't as shocking as I thought it would be. I think every Volk fan had a feeling this definitely could happen. It's not like, dude, that's what he does. That's how he penetrates you. His powerful boxing can punch through their guard. It's insane. So it wasn't as shocking, but I think we're witnessing a big fucking switch up in the UFC. There's going to be a lot out, a lot new. I think there's going to be a lot of new champs this year. This is the shift that always happens where people get mad. Like, oh, man, Conor McGregor's done. Oh, man, Volk is done. There's going to be a new face, new villains. It's insane. I'm excited. I see so many fucking things about to happen, man. But I'm still mad. Volk, I wouldn't have been mad if you retired. I think that jaw is fucked. But, I mean, does he deserve a rematch? Yes, but not immediately. Let him get his head right first.
Sure. I think I said, I don't know if you agreed with me, Mercury, or not, but I said if he did take a break off and say he didn't even rematch Ilya, which I know he's going to want to because he's going to want to avenge that loss, which, I mean, any man would if he lost. Sure. He did the same thing with Islam. He did the same thing. He's going to want to do the same thing with Ilya. But one thing I want to see as a fan, like, I want to see him truly put a little bit of pounds on, go up a weight class, on that natural weight, full camp, and fight Charles Oliveira.
Yeah. Yeah, It's an awesome fight.
Wow.
I think that would be a really good fight, in my opinion. People might disagree with me because there's a lot of Charles haters out there and there's a lot of Charles lovers out there. But I personally think that's a pretty fair matchup in my opinion. And I'd like to see the Max versus Ilya.
Oh,
that one to me intrigues me more than anything. Either Max or Yair, because I just want to see how Ilya fights with a guy who has that distance control, who is good at utilizing their distance. So I just want to see that. If that's going to be his next fight, I want to see that. Hopefully he doesn't start acting like a bunch of the other crybabies and being like, I want to fight Conor McGregor. I want to fight the next belt. I want to do this. Fuck everybody else. Like, no, dude, defend your belt. Like everyone should be. I'm so sick of that crap, dude. I wish these champs would defend their belt a few times before they tried to fight other people outside of their division, man.
I agree, man. He was more of an asshole in the press conference than he was in the post conference, though. He immediately was a different. I think he just did it on purpose and wanted to rile people up. But afterwards, I thought he handled it better, dude. Like he's tough, dude. He's the real deal, man. That is some insane fucking power, bro.
It is.
That's dirty, man. And I don't know, man. He might be doing this for a while.
We'll see. I mean, there's only one thing to do, and that's give him whoever's next in line. And I think we'll kind of talk about that a little bit tonight too, because there's two potential people fighting on this upcoming card that could potentially be his next fight. But yeah, you got anything else you want to add to that card?
I mean, the whole entire card. I mean, the Robert Whittaker Paula fight was that was sick. I fucking enjoyed that one. I thought it was called right. Ian Gary, I thought he did slim it out. Definitely think he's right where he should be ranking wise. He has a lot to do. I like that. He honestly, dude, if he knocked him out, he would have been like a top 4 fighter in that division, but he didn't, and he barely won. And people say that he could have lost. Hopefully he gets humbled, but he's correct. I feel like he's a good number 7 in that division. He's got a lot of growing to do. And
if I'm not mistaken, did he not move into the top 7?
I think he did because he beat number 8. So I think he might be like
I think he jumped up high.
Really?
With that win, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I got him right here.
I think he may have jumped up pretty high.
I got him right here.
Yeah, number 6. He jumped up 4 spots to number
6. Wow.
So now what do you do? And the reason why. What do you say?
Colby. You got to give him Colby.
You know what?
That's who he called out.
Yeah, who he called out. But you know what I hate about that is I don't want to see Colby fight him, and I don't like the fact that he jumped Sean Brady, because I feel like if they would have put him at number 6, then we would have gotten Brady Gary. But since he jumped Sean Brady, they're not gonna make him fight backwards in the rankings, and I don't like that. I don't think you should have jumped a guy whose only loss is to the guy who's next in line for the title. And
it's coming off a dominant victory over Kevin Gastelum.
Dominant. So, that's kind of stupid to me. Unless the UFC gets real petty and throws Ian Gary versus Bilal Muhammad, then I'll be happy. Then talk dirty to me, dude. I'll be happy with that. But, but speaking of rankings too, I mean, I guess we'll kind of stop right there on that. But just to kind of add, with the new updated pound for pound ranking, I want to know what your thoughts are, and I want you to be non-biased, Murky, and I want you to really be honest with me. Do you honestly believe that he should have went from non-ranked to number 5 pound per pound in the world?
Who did he beat?
He beat. Yeah, okay, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Where was Volk on the pound for pound? So he
Volk
was 3.
Yeah, Volk was 3.
Volk was number 3 pound for pound.
I mean, he's undefeated. He's 15-0. He just beat the number 3 guy. He went to 5 in the pound for pound. You look at the people behind him. Charles is number 6. What's Charles in his division?
Yeah, but the reason why I say that, he beat the number 3.
He beat Volk. He's over O'Malley.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, but I mean, right, because O'Malley beat Aljamain to become champ.
Who was also one of the most dominant champions in his division.
Yeah,
and
so
another thing too, it's like Israel Adesanya was one of the dominant champs. He's ahead of him. I get he's not the champ, but Like, I feel like this is why I hate the pound for pound list, because I feel like it's almost like fraudulent. Like, there's people on there that shouldn't be where they're at, which allows things like this to happen. Like, I don't see how you go from non-ranked to the pound for pound number 5 in the world. I get he beat Volk. I get it. But I feel like maybe top 10. But we knew Volk is coming off of a knockout. Like, so he's coming off of a loss. So you beat a guy coming off of a loss. I get he's the champ.
Yeah, but he's never lost in his division. It's
I
pound
get it.
for pound. It's not, you're not either way. So top 10, you have Pantoja at 10.
Pantoja's coming off of 2 title defenses.
Yeah, but a decision win over Brandon Royval. I mean, like, you're not going to put a knockout over the greatest featherweight of all time over a decision win over Brandon Royval.
But then we have Charles
That's a clear win to me. So then you go 9.
Explain
DDP
why Charles Oliveira is ahead of Volk.
Because Volk just got, what do you mean? He just went down 4 spots. He wasn't until Volk just lost. Volk was ahead of Charles until he just got knocked out. Now he's behind.
Charles's last win was against Benel Darush, who is coming off of is on a downward spiral.
I mean, what's your point? I don't understand.
I'm just trying to say. I'm just trying to say. Like, I feel like that is bullshit ranking. Like, Ilya jumps to number 5 because he beat the best pound for pound featherweight, who was number 3. But number 3 then drops to number 7 behind a guy who just beat a guy who is almost out of the top 10 as his last win.
Where's Charles's last loss?
Against Islam.
So because Charles beats the people that they put in front of him, he should be behind Volk?
No, I'm saying, so, okay, maybe I'm just not making sense. But if Volk is...
I don't know what the fuck your point is.
I'm just saying, if Volk was... If Ilya deserved to be number 5 because he beat someone who is this good, then Volk shouldn't have moved back behind a guy that lost to the same guy he did, and only win after that was against a guy who's almost out of the top 10. In my opinion, I feel like
the difference is
higher
it's pound for pound. Okay. Let me explain this to you. So the difference is the guy that you're comparing opponents to, with Charles Oliveira and Alexander Volkanovski. Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev are in the same weight division.
I get
Volk
that.
is not. Volk went up a weight class and lost, right?
I don't think – maybe I'm just not getting my point across how I want to, but all I'm simply saying is I don't feel like Ilya should have moved.
So where should Volk be?
Volk should be right behind Ilya.
So Volk should be 6 ahead of Charles, even though he just got knocked out twice in a row.
But I'm just saying Ilya shouldn't even be number 5.
Where should Ilya be?
He should be either right around the top 10 because this is his first title win.
Give me his ranking. Where
if I had
should
to
Ilya
put
be?
him right now, looking at this list, I would put him either at number 9 or number 8, right in front of Sean O'Malley. And the only reason I say that is because I think that if
you keep Volk ahead of him? How can you put Volk ahead of him when he just knocked him out unconscious?
All right, we're never going to go anywhere with this.
I'm just asking.
No point. All I'm simply saying is Ilya is not the point. Ilya is not the top 5 pound for pound in the world right now. If you take all the weight classes and put a pound for pound list together, he's not the number 5.
He could be.
He's the number 5.
Yeah, but who has he beat outside of Volk? That's what I'm trying to say.
So now all of a sudden, okay. So
to be the pound for pound in the world, you have to take all things into consideration.
Okay, all things into consideration. A week ago, Volk was the greatest featherweight of all time. Now he just knocked him out in the second round, and that's not good enough for you for him to be the because Volk is he's the greatest quote unquote the greatest featherweight, but he's also coming off of a fucking vicious knockout where he's compromised. So he's already a compromised fighter who just lost because he's a compromised fighter. So then why is he 7? So why should Volk be higher if he's so compromised?
Dumb as fuck.
If he's so compromised, then why should he be higher? So then where should Volk be?
Pound rankings are dumb as fuck. I don't agree.
I think your version of them is different than the version listed.
I told you how my pound ranking should be.
And it's definitely not that way.
Because it's dumb.
It's not the current way. You got it.
So why? And another thing too, Tom Aspinall, number 9.
I thought he was like number 11.
I mean, number 12.
Yeah,
the guy who's the interim heavyweight champion of the world, who just knocked out a guy who was on.
I do agree.
You know
so
what
I
I'm
do.
saying?
So I do agree that is low. And what's interesting with that is he didn't move. So Strickland actually, they kept Tom Aspinall at 12 and dropped Strickland to 13.
That's what I'm saying.
Max didn't move, but Aljamain moved down 3 spots,
which is crazy. And then Max Holloway, no offense, I like Max, but he's ahead of Aljo, who last loss was against Sean O'Malley, who for the title. So I mean, Max hasn't.
The whole list is bullshit, man.
Yeah,
you can argue
stupid.
anything on that. Yeah,
I'm saying like, I'm not trying to just like totally like say Ilya's like ranking is bullshit, but I'm just saying the whole pound for pound ranking is fucking dumb, and the way they set these fucking standards on how these people are pound for pound makes no sense. I agree with the first 3. Islam deserves to be number 1. John Jones deserved to be number 2. He's never lost, and Leon Edwards is coming off of 2 great title defenses against arguably the greatest in that division for many years.
Yeah, so I would say I agree. I agree with you that there's a million flaws on the list. That's kind of all I'm saying is like Ilya to me is not the biggest flaw on that list.
But
like
and then
there's
I'm sorry,
more.
I'm going to leave it at this. And then Israel Adesanya is number 11.
Right.
How is he ahead of Sean Strickland when Sean Strickland beat him?
Yeah, I agree. Well, I guess just the body of work. I don't
That goes
know.
with the same thing of like Ilya. It's like Ilya beat Volk, yeah. But
you could say Ilya's number 3.
You know what I'm saying?
You could even say Ilya's 3 because he's an undefeated champion. If you go that route, there's so much ways you can attack.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you that these rankings are bullshit. They 1,000% are. I just don't think like you look at those rankings and say Ilya at number 5 is the most fucked up one.
No. I didn't. That's not what I was trying to say. I was only pointing out Ilya because we were on the topic of this last main event, and I wanted to point out his jumping in the rankings. I'm not simply calling him out as just like singling him out. I'm just saying the whole ranking system sucks.
I think his ranking is appropriate. I think other people's rankings are all fucked. I think his is appropriate, and the only reason is because you just beat the featherweight GOAT. You beat the number 3 pound for pound in the world, who at one time was even a little bit higher than that, I'm pretty sure. That first fight with Islam, they were both 1 and 2 pound for pound, right? So, and then you just beat the number 3 pound for pound guy. You're 15-0, you're undefeated, and I mean, it's not like it was a close decision victory either. Sure. I mean, it was really convincing. So like, I wouldn't care if he was, 8 or 9. I think he's ahead of O'Malley. I mean, O'Malley has a loss. He lost to Cheeto.
Yeah, and
he can say whatever he wants about the injury, but
that's why I said if I had to put him somewhere, I would put him ahead of O'Malley.
But he has to be ahead of Volk. And so then it's like Charles, I don't know. I mean, it seems
But I feel like that logic
Charles
right there, though, is you're saying he has to be ahead of Volk. Yeah, well, then if that's the case, then Strickland has to be ahead of Izzy.
I agree. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say, and I'll end it at that. I don't want to argue about it.
Yeah,
I don't care if he's that. I'm just saying if we're gonna use logic like that, then that's what we got to.
No, I agree, bro. I agree with you. And like even in that sense, like if he's ahead of Volk, Strickland should be ahead of Izzy. So it's almost like sometimes, like in Izzy's case at number 11, they're using same with Oliveira. At number 6,
Oliveira's high on that list.
They're looking at they're using his entire body of work
exactly
to justify his ranking. Facts. But then Ilya, they're not really using. I mean, he is undefeated, but like there's not big wins to get him to number 5. The win that got him to number 5 was only beating Volk, which was his last opponent. So then if you carry that same energy into Israel Adesanya, then he can't be above Sean Strickland. So like it all kind of contradicts itself. So yeah, I mean it is kind of, I don't know how the fuck like
it just, some of this stuff doesn't make sense to me. And I might look way too deep into like statistics and rankings and things like that. And it's only because I see flaws in that system that they have, because if you know me, I've already told y'all this. If I had to put a pound for pound list together, the fucking heavyweight champion of the world is the number one pound for pound, simply because he is literally the pound for pound biggest, baddest motherfucker in the UFC.
Yeah, but that's not what that means though. Like that's the difference. Maybe that's the disconnect. But Aspinall also being being 12 is
stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So, but all right, we'll get off that because I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But that's I wanted to touch on that because he did move up from being non-ranked to ranked, and he moved up from being non-ranked to number 5, which is, you know, I feel like that's kind of a questionable topic simply based on the fight. So. But cool. Well, we'll get off of that subject, and we can jump into UFC Mexico, boys. We have almost a full, dude. It's literally almost like 90%. At least one fighter on each fight is a Mexican fighter. So that's pretty dope.
I think every fight besides the first fight is
the first fight and the third fight on the card. No,
that's awesome,
the third
man.
and fourth.
Hey, dude, it's an amazing free card, man. I am stoked about this shit. Like, dude, I agree. They rewarded us this after 298. Like, that's insane.
Well, don't worry. Just wait till the week after.
I'll be on vacation.
Craps the pooper, dude. But yeah, man, we'll get into it. UFC Mexico. 2 fights on the card don't contain, Mexican fighter, a fighter from Mexico, which is really cool. That means they're really showing out and really putting that effort into making sure the card was full. I think I tweeted about this yesterday or today, and I said I have a feeling that a high majority of Mexican fighters are going to win on Saturday too, versus the Canadian fight card with Strickland on it and Duplessis, where almost every single Canadian fighter lost.
Except for Jillian Robertson, I think.
Yeah, except for her. That was it. So outside of that, I think we're going to see a high percentage of people win this weekend. So we can kind of jump right in, boys. I'll start with the prelims. Nothing crazy, no like high names, but a few fights that kind of caught my attention, or fighters maybe I'm excited for. I don't know if you have any fighters you guys are excited for, but I'm pretty excited for. I want to see Mateus Mendoza fight again. I know he's not a Mexican fighter, but he's coming off a 2-fight skid. But I remember watching him on the Dana White Contender Series, and when he won, I remember saying to myself, this guy's going to be good. And then he ended up losing a decision in his first fight in the UFC, and then he lost his next fight by knockout. And he kind of almost has this, like, I really want to see him redeem himself, like, really bad, and I hope that he wants to redeem himself too, because I feel like he's really good. I feel like he has the potential to be good, but I just don't think he's got paired up correctly to get his kind of feet wet. So that's one fight I'm excited about, and I hope that he gets the win on that. Any fights you guys are excited about in the prelims?
Not so much in the prelims for me, man. I completely thought this Dos Santos guys was a different Dos Santos the whole time. So
well, Felipe Dos Santos is he's a pretty well known fighter. I mean, we've watched him plenty of times before. He's fought a couple times that we've covered.
Definitely, man. I mean, I looked him up afterwards. He's 7-1 and looks badass. But besides that, man, no, not really. The main event is where I'm at.
Christian Quinones always, which I think is like the headliner of the prelims. But I mean, I don't know, man. To be honest, dude, the thing that I'm most excited about with this card, even like prelims, main card, everything all together, is I'm just glad to have a fight night that's not at the fucking Apex.
Amen, brother.
And we're having a fucking stacked Mexican fighter heavy card in Mexico City. It's about to be litty.
It's gonna be a party, dude.
I would love to be at that card. Are
you kidding me?
Fucking awesome. I mean, they did. Remember how they did Noche? Noche when they did UFC Noche, it was like at that time, it ended up being one of the second or third highest selling pay-per-views, right?
Yeah. That was a fight night, I thought.
I mean, not highest selling pay-per-views, but I think it was like the quickest sellout or biggest turnout of something in the T-Mobile Arena, or wherever it was located at. I can't really remember, but
that was the thing too. That was weird. Remember, we were like, "How are you going to do UFC Noche?" But it's not even in Mexico.
Oh, it was the highest watched. It was like one of the highest watched fight nights ever. Yeah.
Well, it's deserved.
So that's.
But this is going to be good, man. So I'm like, like I told you earlier. I mean, there's a few of the main event fights that I really looking forward to, especially after this weekend.
Yes.
This past weekend, I'm super intrigued into the featherweight co-main between Yair and Brian Ortega. That to me is the biggest fight that I want to see, especially I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted on the Over the Octagon Instagram. But Yair fucking hates Topuria. Hates him.
Really?
Hates that motherfucker, dude. Hates his guts.
I
love it.
Yair even more. I love it.
Yeah, Yair, dude, I feel bad for Brian Ortega because Yair is like, nah, fucked it. He's about to head kick the next two of them into, he's knocking everybody out on his way to just guarantee that he fights Ilya in Spain.
What was his exact words? He's like, no. He's like, no. I don't want to fight this man. I want to fucking kill this man or something like that. He said something like that. He's like, I fucking hate him.
Mm-hmm. All right, so. All right, boys.
You got it? You're going to share it?
I am going to share it. So we're gonna do a little screen share. We can so this is what we shared on our Instagram. If you're not following Over the Octagon podcast on Instagram, do yourself a motherfucking favor.
Hurry up.
Follow that shit now. But so this is Yair in an interview, I guess, today or yesterday.
Fight him. I want to fuck him up. There's a fucking big difference on that. And anywhere I fucking see him, I'll fuck him up.
And you're usually like super respectful with everyone. Would you say this is the person that you like the most in the division?
Fuck this bitch. I don't fucking like him. Fuck him up. No.
Dude, I love it, dude.
What?
I haven't seen Yair like that, bro.
I've never seen Yair like that
best.
ever. Yeah. What a fucking absolute great quote from him, dude.
Oh my god.
It's
like real Spain
that.
versus like Mexico. Yeah, they hate each other. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an awesome there's like centuries worth of history between the two countries.
Yeah.
I mean,
they hate each other.
It's awesome. Writes itself, bro.
Damn, dude.
And then maybe we do that. They do that in Spain.
They're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, that makes so much sense. I mean, we keep going back, and I don't want to keep going back, but like it jumps Volk for the rematch. But I think that's probably for the best. Like I think Volk gets a rematch with Ilya, but Ilya defends the belt first. I think Ilya fights first.
I wouldn't hate it.
And I would love to see it against Yair. Yair beats Brian Ortega this weekend, and then you start looking at, Ilya versus Yair in Spain. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, dude. Yair's already knocked out Ortega too, man. Like 2 years ago, I think. He's already pieced him up. This is a rematch that nobody wants, but Ortega needs to defend his spot in the division, man, because where the fuck is he even? You know what I'm saying? Yair by spitting scissor kick to the head all day.
Remember, what was fuck, dude? I wish I was quicker with the name off the top of my head. Booker T from WWE.
Yeah.
Remember this? Remember he did the scissor kick?
Yeah.
Booker T had a mean scissor kick back in the day, dude.
Yeah,
Yair about to be out there looking like Booker
T. Hit spinneroni on a motherfucker right quick.
Spinneroni, dog.
Yeah.
I love it. But so we start the main card off. Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan. I did a lot of studying on these guys, man. So I'm not sure if you guys are really familiar with either one of them. Manuel Torres is a first round finish king. He's only one of his fights have not gone the distance. Every single one has either ended in the first round or he lost in the first round. One fight. That was his only two losses. One was a decision. And then one was early on in his career, but every other fight has gone in the first round, which to say that he's fighting Chris Duncan, who I was watching a lot of tape of. And Duncan is if he can get out of the first round, in my opinion, I think he's going to give Torres a problem because I think Torres's cardio, we haven't seen it go past the first. And I know for sure Duncan can go all 3 rounds and bang all 3 rounds. So, and both of them have knockout power. Both of them strike really well. I like Chris Duncan's striking style. He's very fucking Like he's one of those very technical piece you up type guys. But Torres, again, you know, he has the ability to submit you or knock you out. So I think this one's going to be a really good fight. And I had two bets that I was going to talk about. One bet, Murky, I want us to look into is one, it not going the distance, which I don't think it will at all. And the two kind of side bets, I have Torres by finishing the second round and Duncan by finishing the third round. Shit. I think it gets out of the first round for some reason. I just have a feeling this one's going to be the one. Those
are so heavy. A lot of people I've seen all over different social medias and stuff, but a lot of people are heavy on Manuel Torres, especially riding this first round streak that he has.
I know. And I think I think we're getting set up. I think I think this is going to be the fight where it's going to end because, I mean, like I said, Chris Duncan's it's a fucking monster, dude. If you go back and watch his last fight, the guy will stand and bang and he'll fucking go at it, bro. So, and Torres is good, don't get me wrong, but when you get a guy who has never made it out of the first round, but one time in 16 fights, like I mean, you're not really getting a full glimpse of what would happen if he went into the water with someone who's ready to bang with him, you know?
Right.
So I'm actually gonna go with Chris Duncan on this. I think this is only one of two fights where a Mexican fighter loses on the card.
Oh, shit.
And that's my pick of the night. I may be wrong. And if Torres is gonna get the finish, is gonna come within the first round or early in the second. But I think once we get past that halfway mark of the second, I think the whole fight favors Chris Duncan, in my opinion. So
damn.
So that's my pick there.
I do not agree with that. I hate that.
You hate it?
Dude, have you watched Manuel Torres' last couple fights?
Yeah, I mean they're all good. He finishes
his striking is sick, bro.
It is. I agree. Have you watched Chris Duncan's last few fights?
Yeah. I think we've covered all his first two fights in the UFC. He's only had two. I got Manuel by knockout all day.
I don't know, man.
That's gonna be a sick fucking fight.
Because what's crazy is before I made my decision, I watched Chris Duncan's past two fights over again. And then I went and watched Manuel Torres' two knockouts again. And that's why I said what I said. If it gets out of the first round, I think it favors Chris Duncan more simply because he can stand and bang and he's gone deep waters almost every time with guys who have put him to the test. So he's got a chin. He can take a hit. But if Manuel Torres don't get it finished quick, I think it's going to be a long night for him if it goes to deep waters, dude. I'm telling you. If this goes the distance, it favors Chris Duncan 100%. There's a reason why the odds are almost even. I mean, there's something the Vegas knows, bro.
Okay.
If he has fucking 14 first round finishes and he's only a minus 180 favorite, it tells you something, brother.
That's true too. Yep.
So, but as far as that though, I like it. I like it going deep, but I still like it in the distance though. So. And then next fight we got is it the only chick fight we got?
It is, yeah.
Only chick fight of the night. Yasmin versus Sam Hughes. I think this one's self-explanatory. I don't think Sam Hughes has a chance, to be fair.
No. All right. I don't think anyone thinks that.
No. She's a huge underdog. Yasmin, she's coming off of a loss. But again, she's coming off of a 12-second loss. So how do you even judge someone who just got caught right off the jump? I mean, that's like saying, who's the guy that just knocked out, that just won against in the last pay-per-view, big boy, heavyweight.
De Lima,
yeah. That's like saying he's bad because he fucking got knocked out by Derek Lewis for 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. People were clowning him for a second though. I was one of them. Was like, shit, he ain't shit.
Yeah, because that dude came out and bodied his fight, bro. So, but yeah, I think we can all go past that one. I think Yasmin gets it done, and she may be one of the only select few women who can get it done in the distance on this one.
Yeah, she was undefeated up into that too.
Yep.
So
yeah, she had a lot of hype around her, man, and then she got caught because she was a favorite in that fight. Going into it, she was like a minus 250 favorite or something like that, and then ended up getting knocked out. But again, you can't hold her against that because it happens, dude. That quick knockouts, it's just a lucky punch, you know.
Right.
It is what it is. It's fighting for a reason. Now we get into the good ones. Now we're getting good.
Yeah.
We get the young gun himself, Raul Rosas Jr., and Ricky Turcia, who somehow throws 700 strikes in a fight and lands 20.
He be shadow boxing. I'm telling you,
dude, it's crazy, bro. I don't know about y'all. I like Raul Rojas by either submission or decision, and this one is my pick for this fight. I think he gets it done. I still don't think we've seen the half of him. He's still young.
Yeah, he's 19, man. He's such a baby.
Super young, and his only loss is to Christian Rodriguez, who was a vet in the game when he came in. It was almost like a too early fight for him at his age and career to take that fight. And Christian Rodriguez is known for being a weight bully bitch anyway. So, but yeah, I like Rojas, man. I think he's disciplined. I think he has it together. You don't see many 19-year-old kids in the UFC at all. You don't. So to have that discipline already for Dana to see something special in you, you're there for a reason. I mean, you got a 19-year-old kid who's in a main event on a big fight night, UFC Mexico. I mean, that's pretty big.
He may or may not never have eaten pussy before. I can't tell by looking at him, man.
I don't know how he could with that.
Dude. Nah, dog. He gets it, bro.
You think that's
you haven't heard that interview with him?
I know.
Where he was like, I go celibate before fights. I don't have sex. He said,
I don't think his tongue could reach, dude. His fucking chin's gonna hit her pelvis before his tongue gets close enough.
He's probably like amazing at it. He's probably like, yo, they won't let me hit, but I eat it out, bro.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. I'll never. Every time I see the video where they make, I mean, it's bad to make fun of him, but it's fucking hilarious. Where they, it's like his interview with Nina, and people are like, they're like, what's your favorite English word to say or something, or cuss word to say, and then it goes like a voiceover where it's like, like, dude, that shit's fucking hilarious, bro.
But he's good,
man. The kid's got heart, man. The kid's good, dude. He knows what he's doing. He's a hell of a wrestler and great at BJJ. So I think he gets it done. I would put him in a parlay and feel comfortable getting it done. Money line. So oh, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Murky. I can't picture. I'm never going to have that image out of my face of you with your freaking chin up like, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, where's your Papashka?
Oh, do you need your Papashka?
We got to see this Papashka chat.
Yes.
If you're watching the YouTube right now, this is all coming back from 298, and he's wearing the
what a hard shirt,
Khamzat Chimaev shirt.
Yeah, that's hard. Damn.
With a Papashka.
Yo, that's hard. It matches your beard.
Yes. This is what I'm talking about, boys. Yeah, Murky told me I couldn't get one with
I gotta
get what is it that was on there? The freaking
he almost, dude, this motherfucker's did you get it?
No, I didn't know.
Dude, it had like the fucking communist logo on it, like the hammer and the
oh no,
yeah, like,
like
the old USSR fucking logo.
Dude, the government would track you for buying that. They would have fucking been like looking at this guy's address, like, why does he want this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, it was a sketchy buy because it was like one of those images on Amazon that was like weird, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. But next fight on the card, we have Daniel Zolhuber and Francisco Prado. I'll let y'all talk about this one if y'all want to pick who you guys want. I kind of have who I want in mind, but I'd like to hear you guys your guys' thoughts. One's 12-1, one's 14-1.
I gotta go Francisco. I think this is gonna be one of the ones that Mexico loses, man. I like him better in this fight. I don't know much about Daniel at all, besides that. I mean, he's fought, I guess, 3 times in the UFC. But I remember watching Francisco before. I liked how he fought. And I think he takes this one. I think Mexico's not going to lose a lot, but this is going to be it for sure. Not for sure, but I made a good shot for me, I think.
How do you think he wins?
Man, I'd say TKO, bro. Let's go the TKO route. Would I bet money on it right now? No, but he's 12-1, man. He's a beast. It's going to be a great fight regardless. This guy has 6 wins by knockout.
Yeah, but he's also a plus 225 dog.
Really good. Maybe I should put $10 on this fuck.
I mean, I'm personally taking Daniel Zellhuber. I've watched him fight a lot, and I like his fighting style. So,
dude, Francisco's got 9 first-round finishes, bro.
Here's I don't know if
he's also 6'1" with a almost 10-inch reach advantage as well.
Yeah, so for lightweight for 155 pounders, Daniel Zellhuber is 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Not a huge height difference in the 5'10" Francisco Prada, but he has a 8-inch reach advantage.
8-inch reach advantage, yeah.
Also, that's insane.
I mean, the only thing it seems statistically anyway, just looking at by the numbers, Prado is definitely the more accurate striker. 40% significant strike accuracy to Francisco Prado's 52%. But Daniel Zellhuber also mixes in takedowns, has a 33% takedown accuracy, which is pretty fucking good, to none. So I think, I don't know. I mean, I think stylistically and just attributes wise, the length, this definitely favors Daniel Zellhuber for sure.
I agree.
Francisco Prado, this is, I think, like his 3rd fight in the UFC. But we'll see. I mean, it's just,
it's going to be so hard to pick against any fighter from Mexico because, dude, the crowd is going to literally explode for everyone that walks out of that.
Viva la raza.
And you just can't. It's going to be so hard to top the energy, man. I mean, for one, no one wants to lose in their home country. No one wants to lose in their home state. No one wants to lose around like near their people, So it's gonna be hard, man.
We'll do over the octagon bet on that one versus each other, man. Because I just got a feeling, dude, man. I don't know. I feel like if he gets inside, if he gets close, if he can't get inside, he's fucked. He
ain't no Ilya, that's for sure.
He
ain't getting inside.
He's the Argentina Ilya. He's the Lionel Messi.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's got to get messy in that bitch, dog.
It sure is, brother, because we're at the co-main, baby. Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega. Big implications on this fight, boys. Winner of this likely either A, fights for the title, B, is next in line for the title shot. So one of the two, because Max is out of the picture currently because he's fighting Gaethje. Which I want to ask one thing when we finish this about that fight. But Yair versus Brian Ortega. What you guys' thoughts? What do you got?
Man, I don't think Max is out of the picture at all for a title shot. It's only been one pay-per-view after this, right? I mean,
well, the reason why I was going to bring that up, I guess, if we want to talk about it, because he's fighting for the BMF. Yes, I get he's still in the contentions, but he's about to fight Justin Gaethje, bro. Like this, you're talking
right?
At a higher weight class. If he beats Justin Gaethje, then you got a whole different conundrum going on.
Man, no, I don't think the BMF holds weight over real rankings. So, man, I think he'd go back. He wouldn't just go immediately defend the BMF.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Take the title out of the way. They're still fighting at Justin Gaethje's weight.
Yeah.
So if he beats Gaethje, you have to treat it as if Gaethje lost a fight. I mean, just because it's the BMF title fight doesn't mean rankings aren't on the line.
So do you think he would fight Islam if he won?
Gaethje?
Yeah, no, Max. If he beats Gaethje.
No, he wouldn't fight Islam next. He would get probably a number one contender fight maybe at that division.
Isn't Gaethje the number one contender in that division though?
Should be.
No. Charles Oliveira is. And
I don't agree with that ranking.
Charles Oliveira is the number one, and I think Armin's number 2 and Gaethje's number 3, or vice versa.
Gaethje's 2, Poirier 3, Armin 4.
Okay. So Poirier's still in the picture. So
that's crazy to think about, man.
So if Max beats Gaethje, then you have Max would be considered in that ranking, in the lightweight ranking. At that point,
I don't know if he does. I don't know if he stays at lightweight.
He won't at all.
Yeah,
But I feel like what would be the purpose of moving up to fight for that BMF at his division if you weren't going to try to move up?
Banger fight.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I mean that's a legacy fight.
So let me ask you: if you were Max Holloway, and you beat the number 3 ranked lightweight, would you not move up to lightweight and
no? He fights Ilya for the belt at featherweight.
Yeah, because he's the number 2.
That is that he doesn't need a number 1 contender fight. If you beat Justin Gaethje at 155 pounds, and they say, "Oh no, now you need to fight a number 1 contender fight," I tell you to suck my ass.
Yeah, but why would Justin
Gaethje at 155 pounds?
Why would Justin Gaethje take the fight if there were not?
It's a fucking banger fight.
That's what the BMF is.
It's got nothing. It's got nothing to do with fucking rankings.
But he wants to be the champion. He doesn't want to be the fucking Bobo the Foe fucking belt. He wants to be the champ. Why risk losing against a guy who's smaller than you and take away your chance of fighting for a championship?
Because he's a fighter, not a pussy.
Yeah,
he's not worried about what if I lose. Then
but he is though, because he said it multiple times that he's only fighting for he wants to get the belt back. He wants to become a champion.
Well,
he said that multiple times.
Obviously, that's not true. He's the one that took the fight against.
That's
Max.
why I feel like there's more implications to holding that BMF at lightweight than there is than we're thinking about.
I don't think so. I think that BMF is just a.
Now it could be that if Gaethje wins, he gets to fight Islam, or he's the next title shot, and if Max wins, he's the next title shot for featherweight. I mean, that could be the implications that we're putting here. But I just feel like if you're 10 pounds smaller than someone and you beat them at their division at number 3, then
I don't think Max stays at lightweight.
But he's wanted to move up though. He's talked about moving up.
Because he doesn't have success in the featherweight division.
Correct. So he thinks he is now against a guy who just beat the guy who's beat him 3 times.
I mean, he beat everybody else. Yeah. Right? So it's like.
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask, but you brought it up, so I figured we'd talk about it. That was what I was going to ask is what happens with the winner of the BMF belt?
Nothing. Maybe he just gets passed on.
I think winner gets a title shot. At their respective division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's what I was asking. God, y'all motherfuckers are trying to make I think I'm starting arguments here. I just want to know y'all's thoughts on these things because I'm trying to make it make sense. Like if you're fighting for a BMF title, what is the fucking purpose of it if you can't?
There isn't though. That's the thing. Like you're trying to make sense of shit that's
it's not a belt like that. I don't think.
Yeah, and it doesn't really hold. I mean, the only thing, it's a legacy fight, and it's a big fight for both of them. It's a big opportunity. Like, even if Max has never been finished, let's say Gaethje goes out and head kicks Max and finishes him.
Yeah, then
that's a fucking big win, whether he's coming up a weight
I respect it. I respect it, but if both of them want to be champions, I think it's stupid for them to take the fight.
That's a business aspect, but it's a fucking awesome fight for the fans.
Sure. No,
I mean that fight is buzzing. Can't wait for that.
Either way, Ortega's getting knocked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Ortega gets beat down by Yair, and his only chance of winning is to submit Yair. That's it.
Snatching necks and cashing checks. Brian Ortega going for that guillotine again.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he's trying for a guillotine again. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's going for a guillotine.
Is he going to do like a fucking Gracie and just go out there and start rolling around?
Let's scoot.
Let's scoot everywhere. I think he'll bang. I just think Yair's going to be able to he's the fresher, younger, more ready to go fighter. And I think
he's been active. Yair's fought. Yair's been hella active. I don't think, Ortega's taken a lot of time off, and this is because there's no reason why credit should be taken away from Yair for losing a bowl. Because I know a lot of people who was nervous for Volkanovski going back in that and to fight Yair.
People were
definitely considering Yair beating Volk in that fight, and I remember it like it was yesterday, dude. A lot of people were picking Yair
only because he just lost to Islam.
I know.
Yeah, but that was that was in between the Islam fight. So it
was. Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, how could you look at the way he fought Islam? Or again, like we've said this before, arguably won that fight, you could say. Some still say.
Yeah.
And then, Yair beats Josh Emmett, becomes the interim champ the same night.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't feel like losing to Islam in that first fight shows that Yair should have been. I don't know.
He wasn't the favorite. I was just saying. I know that there
not
were
the
people
favorite,
out there who thought that Yair could have won
people
that
are
fight.
stupid, dude. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Simply, one, it was a stylistic nightmare for Volk. Two, just simply because he was fresh, he was quick, he's long, he's lengthy, and that was one thing that was coming in. And we already knew that Volk had Max's number, so this was something completely different that Volk hadn't seen. So a lot of people were kind of confused, but I didn't pick Yair. I had Volk in that fight.
I don't know, man. I mean, in this fight, I like Yair.
I do too, and I love him at almost even odds as well.
Yeah, minus 150. I see on ESPN. I like Yair in this fight. I don't know. Just grand scheme of things, I don't like Yair as like a champion. I don't see Yair's path to being a champion.
God, the Ilya's in his mouth, bro. I just smelled the.
Sorry, dude.
I smell it, bro.
I just don't. He got fucking beat down by Volk.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't wait for this fucking guy.
Styles make fights though, so he's a completely different fighter stylistically than Volk is.
Oh yeah.
And the way Volk tried to fight Ilya, Yair
was working
way more
at first.
And he'll be. Yeah, well, everything works until it doesn't. So. But I mean, Yair, is probably going to be able to carry that game plan out a lot better. He has better kicks. He's longer. He can stay at range better.
He's young. He's still young.
Yeah, that's a key right there. Man.
He's not an old man.
He's not an old fella, old lad. But I like Yair by whatever he wants.
I think Yair by TKO.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a sick fight.
And then the main event, boys. Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno 2.
Another rematch.
What you guys thinking? Who do you guys like? Let's make it happen.
Man, that's tough, dude. Brandon Moreno's sick, dude. He's already knocked him out before in the first round. But Moreno's been in the game for a while, dude. I mean, both these guys have.
Both have, bro.
They both have. So it's just, can Moreno strike like that still? Can he compete at that same level? He was champ like 3 title fights ago, right? I definitely think he can, man. I think he's almost got him on size, too. He looks like a bigger fighter.
He's smaller.
He's smaller. He just seems
Rovel's taller.
He seems bigger to me, man. He seems like he has more power. I see him taking it. Moreno is a beast, dude. Moreno is.
Wait, you see who taking it?
Moreno.
Okay. I thought you were about to say Brandon Royval.
I see him taking it, dude, and I see it by like second round finish, man. I like him a lot, dude. I like his story, and we could see a comeback for him, dude.
Yeah, I like Moreno also, and I like comparing, their last fights with both fought Pantoja. I think both decision losses, but Moreno's was a split decision,
and it was like war, bro.
And he lost the belt. He lost the belt. Yep. That was one of those ones, Dirty, where we were kind of like, damn, you got to beat the champ to be the champ kind of thing. And that was such a close decision. But Pantoja's
that's a fight right there, dude. I would turn that fight on every night and watch it, bro. That fight was a banger.
Well, dude, every fight, I feel like every fight Moreno's in, dude takes
it's always good, dude. Yeah.
He's got a crazy chin.
He doesn't give up, dude. I love his story. I love
Muay Thai, dude.
It's good.
Yeah.
And he's an orthodox fighter fighting a southpaw. So I like it, man. I like Moreno, and I think Moreno's grappling is a hell of a lot better than Brandon Royval's.
It's got to be better than Royval's. He didn't know what the fuck to do as soon as
Pantoja took his ass down.
He was arguably doing better, and he could beat Pantoja on the feet if you remember. And then, but he just couldn't stop a takedown. He just couldn't. He couldn't do any. As soon as he shot, he did, and then he was on his back, and then he couldn't get up. He just couldn't get up.
He's getting a lot more recognition than he deserves because he had a win prior to him. I think he's outclassed in this one, man. And I mean, bring back Brandon Moreno, dude. He's a fucking pit bull in the
ring. But then
I love Brandon Moreno.
You want to talk about seeing new shine? I really like Pantoja, but Pantoja is another guy who's been fighting for a long time.
Yeah.
And I want to see some fresh blood in that flyweight division. I want to see some up and comers in that division who can hang with these guys. Because as of right now, if we saw the Pantoja or the Moreno that we've seen, if Moreno wins this, like it's going to be hard to beat those guys, man.
Well, I think the answer to that is what this fight was supposed to be was Brandon Moreno, Amir Albazi.
Okay.
Amir Albazi dropped out, and then Brandon Royval took his place. Not on super short notice. I think it was like it's been months. I mean, he's probably had at least an 8 or 12 week camp, so it's not like super short notice. But the original fight was Moreno, Amir Albazi, the 1 and number 2 contenders.
Yeah.
Albazi's a scary motherfucker, dude. So I feel like that could be that's going to be the guy, right? I mean, that's going to be the guy to, potentially come in and kind of shake things up a little bit.
Ooh, yep. I like Mohammed Makayev.
Yeah, Mohammed.
Yeah,
Makayev.
That's true too.
Yeah. That dude looks like he's like one of those new arrogant faces of the weight class.
He's good.
Yeah. He's very good.
But there's room for that. I mean, Kai Carr's old too, and he's number 4, man. Kai Carr's fought like fucking 35 times.
Yeah, Kai Car, France, and Moreno, and all those guys. They used to scrap and bang, dude.
All of them have a huge history, dude.
But they have they have his number so bad.
Yeah. Kai Car's dude. He's
so small.
Bitch.
He's so small,
bitch, man. And even he's had opportunities, dude.
I'm pissed about Maneo Cape. Dude, that guy he's the fucking Hamza of the flyweight division, dude. Like, guy can't fucking make weight, fucking has so much potential to be good, and then he just fucks it up every time, dude.
Yeah, I'm a fan, dude. I wanted.
Didn't he miss weight by like 6 freaking pounds, dude?
Yeah, he missed weight the last time, right? He was supposed to fight in Canada, right?
Yeah. God, that was gonna be sick.
So,
but no,
I like Moreno. We all like Moreno. So,
yep.
Let's freaking run it, boys. I'm super excited about this. This one is a fight night that starts at actually 10 main cards, 7 prelims. So it's a little bit of a later fight night than the most. It's normally
it's kind of like a pay-per-view.
Yep, similar to a pay-per-view. So we'll be able to, fight it out. But this is not the only fights this weekend. We also have the first ever PFL Bellator Championship. Will be this weekend. It's the first round of them, and there's a lot of bangers on this card, man. I mean, from the main event, Ryan Bader versus Renan Fiera, however you pronounce that. You got the Bellator heavyweight champ and PFL heavyweight champ. And man, I was seeing some things online, and I actually I think I texted the group chat, and I texted Ink too. I said, "Hey, Ink. This guy's an underdog right now. I think you should go and take it." Because, in my opinion, Fajeda is good as shit, for one. After his win in the PFL Heavyweight Championship, I don't know if y'all remember that knockout. He was beating the silly shit out of that dude and just fucked him up. And Ryan Bader is like 40-something years old.
I think it's at even – I'm seeing him as a favorite now. Like even odds, -115, -105.
On what though? On Bet
ESPN.
River? ESPN. Oh, well, ESPN odds are not like book odds. Sometimes they fluctuate, but it could because I've seen ESPN.
I don't even know if I can bet on this. I don't even know if I can bet on PFL.
You can.
It's gonna be tough, man.
Oh, on Bet Rivers, no. I think you can only bet on. I saw it on FanDuel's. He was the underdog on FanDuel's, and Bader was the favorite.
Dude, there's going to be a lot of gas tanks tested. A lot of these fighters have been dominating their league for a while. Let's see when they're finally against great top competition again, dude.
Yep.
It's going to be wild, man. I want to see that.
Oh, no, it's on here. PFL versus Bellator.
That
All right, so let's see. So what do you got? Rain and Fiar. Let me see. Let's see what we got. No, it's even odds, bro. Rian Fior -106, Ryan Bader -132.
That's why I texted Ink, bro, because the money shifted now. So people caught on to it and started hammering his ass, and now it's even odds.
Yeah, it's even. It's real even.
Yeah, I think he knocks out Ryan Bader, in my opinion.
So this is going on actually the same exact time as UFC Mexico.
No, it's at 3 p.m.
Well, that's a dangerous day for me, dude.
3 p.m.
Okay,
Yes,
pay-per-view,
prelims
3
at 12:30 p.m. Pay-per-view at 3 p.m.
Okay. God,
That's gonna
damn.
be sick, dude. We're gonna have a full on day,
Oh,
and you
I'll
see
be-
Yoel Romero again fight, so that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. In the co-main too. I mean, we're not going to cover all these. We're just going to highlight some. But Impa, Impa was in the UFC at one point. And Johnny Eblen, Bellator champion, 14-0, undefeated. Impa better fucking bring his damn backpack, buddy, because he's about to get fucking shipped away, my friend.
You think?
Do you think so? Eblen's gonna go tear that guy.
Johnny Eblen is a beast, dude. The two fighters in Bellator, Patchy Mix and Johnny Eblen, are like, they're the real fucking deal, bro. They're the two that could come into the UFC right now and be top 3 contenders, but they were just locked under Bellator contracts. So
Johnny Eblen and who else?
And Patchy Mix.
Yeah, him definitely for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Patchy Mix and Johnny Eblen. Those two right there just are fucking lethal, dude.
Patchy Mix not on this card though, right? He's in the next one.
He'll be on the next one. Yep. So
yeah,
and he's actually married to Tatiana Suarez from the UFC. So could you imagine that couple, dude? Your wife is honestly the next champion in that division if she could not get injured, and you're the champion in Bellator. And she could potentially be the champion of the UFC. Like, that's a lethal ass couple, dude. Yeah. Not a couple I'd fuck with. That's for damn sure.
Would you run like a little what's it called? Would you share spouses and have a little
swingers?
Would you swing with them?
A swing party?
Would you roll with them?
I'd roll with you, Daddy.
No way.
Yeah. And Gabriel Braga, another guy who won really his fight in PFL, the PFL championship, he won single-handedly pretty easily.
He did.
And then Patricio Ferrari, however you pronounce that shit. He's fucking been fighting forever, dude.
Yeah.
42 fights in his career. Like, that's nuts. But 42. Yeah, no, like you said, nasty. Thiago Santos and Yoel Romero, 2 veteran OG classic motherfuckers who've been fighting forever. Getting in there to bang. That's just a fan fight right there. That's just for the fans, but has no implication really. Both of those guys have been fighting forever, but I mean that's just a fan fight right there, in my opinion.
I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna finish in a knockout, man. It's got to with those guys.
That'd be like a double knockout scenario, like one right overhand right, one overhand left.
It would.
Yoel Romero does some stupid knockout dance, like when he got pieced up. Was it Izzy that knocked him?
No, that was the most boring decision ever. Him and Izzy, remember?
Who was it that knocked him and he did some wobble and fell or something like that?
That's Johnny Walker. I'm in the desert.
And then on the prelims, couple names on there. Muhammad Ali's grandson, Biagio Ali Walsh, he's making his pro debut on the prelims. Clarissa Shields making her first appearance in the PFL. So, yeah, I mean, we got 2 hell of great fight cards this weekend. Kind of getting blessed with some shit finally. So
lots of MMA going on Saturday.
Stuff going on. Maybe even ONE FC on Friday. Who the fuck knows, man? We could have.
Oh, we got some ONE FC.
Weekend. Yeah, there's always ONE FC on Friday night. Friday night fight nights, man.
I love that. I need it.
So feed me fights.
Sounds like a bender. I'm down.
Yeah, it looks like yeah, but it comes on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Friday 7:30 in the morning.
So from 7:30 a.m.
That's Friday.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. One Friday fights 53. That's at starts at 7:30 Eastern on Friday. So
I'm ready for those tickets to go on sale. I'm ready for those tickets to go on sale so we can
in
get
Atlanta
those ONE FC tickets. Yeah, man. I'm hoping Demetrius Johnson's on it.
He will be, dude.
But the only thing is I feel like if he was going to be on one of the 2 United States cards, it's going to be the one in Colorado. Is it Colorado? Is the other one?
I don't know, but fuck, I would definitely pick Colorado as well. I mean, come on.
I think there's 2 of them. It's Colorado and Atlanta, but I could be wrong on Colorado.
I hope it's Atlanta and somewhere else.
So, but yeah, no, great weekend of fights. A lot of stuff coming. Anything y'all boys got?
got a solid week ahead of us, man. Get ready. Train your liver. I'm not drinking, so I can definitely survive it this time. But it's gonna be good.
Yeah, Mister. I'll be there, bro. I'm coming to your house. Quit doubting me. You're a doubter. Call this motherfucker at damn 12:30. He doesn't answer 5 of my phone calls, and then he decides to answer in the middle of the first round. He calls me in Volk versus Tapourier. This fucking guy calls me 2 minutes into the fight. I'm like,
really?
Nasty. I'm watching the fight, bro. I'll call you when this is done. I'm like, dude, you haven't called me all night, and then you call me 2 minutes in.
Were you gone? Were you just fucking outer space or what?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got fried during the prelims, man.
2 minutes into the fucking fight,
because I FaceTimed you after the fight and you didn't answer, and I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker didn't answer. Son of a bitch, he's ducking me." That's what I was saying. He's fucking ducking me,
dude.
Then he gets so hungover he doesn't even exist the next day.
I was making bets with everyone there, and I was, oh, dude, I just now started feeling right this morning. It was a great card, man. When Volk loses, that's what happens, man. So I'm done. I'm done crying about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious, dude.
God,
I love it. Well, shit, boys, that's it, man. Another one bites the dust. Another good episode. We'll obviously be back again Sunday to record the post recap for these 2 fight cards. We'll be watching most of them or all of them. So stay tuned for that. And who knows, we might have some good stuff coming. Obviously, we just had UFC 300 main event announced. Jamal Hill, Alex Pereira, which I think a lot of people are going to be sleeping on some folks in that one. And we'll talk about that one, though, later on. But, yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got. Good episode, fellas. And let's have a great fucking week of fights, baby.
Can't wait.
Love it,
boys.
All right, man. Well, we'll catch y'all on the next one. And we're fucking finishing up. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.